Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 18 of my favorite 30 guitar players of all time. Sorry, we're about 12 hours late for this upload here. I know this should have been 9 o'clock this morning. It's like approaching 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. It's been a rather trying last 24 hours. I won't get into specifics, but anyway, my dad has got, well, I'm already getting into specifics. My dad's got COVID and he's 84. And he has compromised anyway, and so he's got COVID, and we've got him in the hospital, and he's recovering, but it's going to be a kind of like a little long road. So that's been kind of like occupying pretty much all of my time since yesterday evening in through the night and all day today. So, but I have some time here, and I'm back home for a little bit before I get some sleep because I didn't get much of it last night. Wanted to bring you pick number 18 today. Which is an amazing player who's no longer with us. This is a guy who I've always liked, but I think as time goes on, I like him even more and more. And pretty special dude, as I'm sure most of you will agree. Let's bring to the stage Mr. Edward, otherwise known as Eddie Van Halen. Of course, one of the all-time greats, one of the most innovative guitar players of all time. You could say right up there with the Mount Rushmore of guitar players alongside guys like Jimi Hendrix, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, Ritchie Blackmore, those handful of guys who probably, when it comes to rock guitar, are at the pantheon, whether you think they're the best or not, but of the innovators, the true innovators, who became like gods among men when it comes to guitar playing, right? Of course, Edward burst on the scene with that very, very first Van Halen record, and throughout his career just absolutely thrilled audiences, whether, it was during the David Lee Roth era or the Sammy Hagar era. This guy with his blazing speed and amazing rhythmic qualities is a great riff guy too, but a blazing soloist who used all sorts of interesting picking techniques, the whole tapping thing, right? Great use of the whammy bar, one of the greatest ever with the whammy bar, and just one of the coolest tones of all time, right? That Brown sound. Eddie, just an amazing, amazing player. And, picking like 3 favorite records when every one of them is just pretty much dynamite, containing great EVH guitar playing. Kind of tough. I changed my mind a couple times. Ultimately, I decided to stick with what I picked first. First of all, got to go with the debut. My favorite Van Halen album, his best guitar playing ever is on this record. Just when this first came out, this was like a kind of like a breath of fresh air, but more importantly, like where the fuck did this guy come from, right? Just so good. Learned a little bit from his heroes that came before him, Clapton, Beck, Hendrix, and Blackmore. Those were kind of some of his guys, right? Took all that they did and kicked it up a notch and threw in lots of swerves. And Running with the Devil and Eruption. Does it get much better than that right off the bat? Eruption goes right into You Really Got Me, a great cover of a Kinks classic. Ain't Talking About Love, I'm the One, Jamie's Crying, Atomic Punk, Feed Your Love Tonight, I Feel Your Love Tonight, Little Dreamer, Ice Cream Man. Man, that solo in Ice Cream Man. It's just amazing. On Fire, so good. The riffs are great on here. The little leads and fills all over the place, just absolutely amazing. And the molten tone, man. 10 Templeman, what a production on this. Just so good. And one of the coolest album covers of all time, right? So there's that. Decided not to pick Van Halen 2, surprisingly enough, because I'm going to go Women and Children first. I really like Van Halen 2. I think it's great. But for me, there's like a few songs on Van Halen 2 that I'm not 100% nuts about. The rest of it's killer. It's really short. His guitar playing is great on here, but it's not as like go for the jugular as the first album for me. But I think this is, and I think this is, there's just some great variety in this album. And the Cradle Will Rock is just killer. He's doing some great riffing on there. Plus, you got the electric piano on there. Kind of sounded like a guitar. Pretty neat. Everybody Wants Them is terrific. Fools is so heavy. Romeo Delight's killer. Tora. Lost Control. So good. And then I absolutely love Take Your Whiskey Home and Could This Be Magic. Those are both kind of different, bluesy, playful. Love it. In a Simple Rhyme. Also great stuff. Just love this album. just amazing stuff. And then, of course, you got to go with Fair Warning. Got to. Mean Street, Center Swing, Dirty Movies. So cool. Hear about it later on Chain. Just so good. The riffing's great. Solos are great. Push Comes to Shove, terrific. So Is This Love? Groovy, funky, heavy. Love it. Sunday Afternoon in the Park, great. And then, of course, One Foot Out the Door. I mean, just three classic records. And, I can cheat and just say, hey, slot this in there with it, right? Because you almost hate to leave it out. But for me, these are the three. These are the three that I reach for when I want prime Eddie Van Halen. And then I pull this one out too. So kind of cheating today. I'm almost kind of giving you four. As far as my favorite solo, I mean, this is just ridiculous to choose. To me, his most memorable solo of all time is, of course, in Michael Jackson's Beat It. To me, it's just genius. He's done better, but that's like the most memorable lyrical solo, and it's mind-blowing too. It's explosive, but it's all lots of tricks and things, right? Little things that Eddie does, all these cool little wild things. That's all Edward Van Halen. I wanted to pick that, but ultimately I decided not to, because I'm going to go with a song that has just like taken control of my life like the last, I don't know, 6 or 8 months. I've always loved it, but I love it even more. It's become my favorite Van Halen song. The solo is one of my favorite solos from, obviously, because I'm picking it here, but I'm going to go with I'm the One. First of all, I think the riff at the beginning of the song is just mind-blowingly good. It's got such swing and groove to it, man. That picking technique is just great. It sounds so crunchy and chunky and thumpy, and then that solo kicks in. It's just like, oh, my God, so good. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm all about I'm the one. Eddie's the one, right? So, yeah, that's my pick. I'm the One is the solo. And, of course, these 3 or these 4 albums, right? I'm cheating today. I'm allowed. I got no sleep. I'm allowed. I'm half delirious. So, yeah. That's my pick for today. Edward Van Halen. Let us know what you think. Some of you are probably like, but Pete, 18. How could you possibly like 17 other guitar players over Eddie? But he's the best ever. Well, remember, this isn't all about best. This is about our favorites. I love Eddie. He made my list. If we would have done this a couple of years ago, he may have just missed my list, because even though I do love him, I love lots of guitar players. And, when I was younger, I wasn't all about the Eddie worship like a lot of people I knew were. I really got into Eddie much, much more in later years. I still think he's amazing. Number 18 for me. The top 30 is amazing, is a great. But there are other guys I like a little bit more. It's no disrespect to his skills and all that kind of stuff, because guy was a legend, right? I love him. But there are other guys that just do it for me a little bit more. Not much. This is minuscule. We're talking minuscule. But yeah, he's my pick for today. Let us know what you think of him. A lot of you have already picked him down in the comments below, and list your pick for today as well. And we'll see you tomorrow for number 17. So I'm going to attempt to kind of get caught up on stuff, right? So you'll have your normal pick number 17 tomorrow. You'll also have your normal ranking the album show tomorrow. I'm going to get that done. Not tomorrow. It's Friday. It's kind of, my days are all thrown off on Sunday. So tomorrow, which is Saturday, you'll get your normal show in the morning. That's right. I'll be taping the Warlord ranking the album show with John Gaffney Saturday morning. We'll get you your review crew, obviously, of course, because Jamie Laszlo and the crew have already taped that. So I've got that. That'll be up tomorrow night. And then Sunday, of course, you'll get the next pick in the favorite guitarist show, as well as ranking the albums on Sunday. So that'll be happening. And then as far as like my show with Martin, he and I will get together. We will try and either, if we can squeeze it in, we will tape what was supposed to be today's show sometime over the next couple days, and then come back again next Friday. Or if I can't quite fit it in, we'll just do the show we intended for today next Friday. Same thing with Ken over on the Professor's Picks, right? We'll do the same type of thing. That's a little, that's probably easier to squeeze in, so we can always do like a double shot of Professor's Picks, maybe like have it on Monday and Friday, just so Ken can make sure that the stuff that just came in doesn't already fly out the door before you guys know and hear about it. And maybe even I'll just touch base with Ken over the weekend, see if he wants to just, get together and tape that before the weekend gets up. So anyway, we'll get caught up. And so, yeah, just say a little prayer for my dad, for those of you who do that, or just keep him in your thoughts. And, he's doing a little better, which is good. So, but yeah, it's not easy, right? COVID is out there, folks. And if you're older and you got a pre-existing condition for something else, it makes it worse. So yeah. So, but he's hanging in there. So, thanks everybody, and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. I want to thank all of our members who have signed up, channel memberships. We got a whole bunch of you. Thank you so much. You're all beautiful. We love you. And down below, links to the Ko-Fi page if you'd rather do that for a channel donation, links to the merch page, links to the Cameo page. Thank you. Got a really cool one the other day from someone from, I forget already which country he was from China, talking about all sorts of cool music, and we were going back and forth there, so that was kind of cool. And anyway, I'm Pete Pardo. I'm rambling because I didn't get to talk to you guys earlier today, but I am now. So again, thank you. Enjoy this later edition of favorite 30 guitar players of all time. We'll see you tomorrow morning in the regular slot at 9 a.m. Till then, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.